Do you want to make some extra money selling products that you put your designs on? Well, you can do that through our OTC Shop Marketplace. So how you do this, we're going to talk about in this tutorial how to make mock-ups. So our mock-ups are very specific. We have specific shirts we have that you can download and put your designs on. So this is very important that our mock-up is the first one that is being showed for your product. So here you can see, if you go to OTC Shop and then you on the Artists and Sellers tab, and then you get this page. Here's all the information on how to set up a product. We need the product to be in a specific layout or format. So we have a step-by-step video that you can lay out your products. But before you can lay out your products, you need to make mock-ups. So the only mock-ups we approve the product for is the ones that we offer on this page. So you can click on any of our shirts, like a men's t-shirt mock-ups, which is also the unisex mock-ups. But this is men. So we're gonna click on it and we're gonna download that. And we're gonna use Canva today. So I've got it downloaded. And then let's just download onto the computer. So then we're going to go back, or we're going to go into Canva. So we're going to talk about how to make mock-ups correctly. So I'm in Canva and I'm signed in. Then I'm going to go to create a design. And this is how you're going to do it for free. If you have other platforms you use, is basically the same idea. Okay, so we're going to go customize size. And I'm going to do 2000 by 2000 pixels. Now here I'm going to go over to uploads and I'm going to upload my mock-up files. So then once I upload them into my Canva account, so once I upload them into my Canva account, they will be there anytime I need to use them. So I'm going to just upload the fronts for now because I'm not doing back prints. So I'm going to upload all the fronts, clicking on all the fronts, whoops. And I'm going to go open, and they're all going to upload here in my uploads. They will be there anytime I need to use them. So what I can do is select a shirt to go on here, and then I'm going to just expand it to fit the size. So I want the men's head to be all the way to the top of the image and the bottom to be all the way to the bottom. Because if I'm here, then that's not filling up the space of the image. So I need it to go all the way. And then I can add a page and select the next one. And then I can drag it to the edge. And then add a page and click on the next one. So you can carry on doing that. And then this file, you can say, men's front t-shirts. Okay, and let's see. So then I'm not going to do this at the moment, but you can just add a page and add each color to the next page. So, but to do a mock-up, we're going to use this image, and I'm going to select this first image that I have. So I'm going to take it down. So between the A3 size and A4 size. So A4, this is more or less A4. I can make it a little bit smaller. But if I'm going to make it A3, it's going to be like this, that it just fits on the shirt. And then center it. This would be an A3 size. So if you can imagine taking an A4 piece of paper, like a A4 piece of printer paper that you put in a normal printer, paper printer, and you place that on the chest of the shirt, on your chest. You can imagine how wide that can be. It's just across the chest, not just in the center of the chest, and then you'll more or less get your A4 size. Okay, so now I want to make sure that's centered. And then I'm going to take the transparency of this down. Depends on how vibrant the image is, but more like between 85 and 90 or 90, you can see. The reason why I want to take the transparency down, so again, how do you do that? You click on the image, and then up here it says transparency. You're going to click there, and then you're going to just, normally it would be 100%, I'm going to just reduce it to about 90. The reason why is DTG printing is a colored image that's going onto a colored shirt. This is not screen printing. It's not a solid piece of, that you smear on solid, and it's not vinyl printing, a vinyl application. So that vinyl application is one solid piece of thing being stuck on a shirt. This is ink getting placed on the shirt. So it's not going to be this vibrant neon colors and such. So I want to take that transparency down to make it look more realistic of how the print is actually going to look. So there we go, we've got that. So another way you can see, am I doing it A3 or A4? So let me just get an image that we can see sideways across the chest, like, let's see this one. So if it's going landscape, which is across the chest like this, please make sure that the image is not coming off the shirt, okay? And make sure it's not up to the top of that collar. We can only print just below the collar because our machine sensors will drop the platen where the shirt is on if it's sensing a seam, because it cannot let the print head touch the shirt. So you need to make sure, well, we won't do it anyways, even if you have the print on the collar, we won't print like that. So to make it realistic of how the client will get the shirt, you need to make sure it's below the collar, but this is too high. Okay, so imagine you have a shirt on, or put on your favorite shirt that has a print on it, and you can see how high is it from the collar. Even this is a bit high. Obviously, this is too wide. So let's minimize this. And again, it will be max A4. So if you take an A4 piece of printer paper and you turn it sideways, landscape, that's about as wide that it will be. Now, this is too high. Let's take it down. This is actually too wide for me. I didn't like the print massively over the chest. So not too high and not down here. Okay, that's obviously not very nice looking. No one's gonna really be interested in buying that, to be honest with you, from my experience. So we're gonna take it up, okay, and more or less here, and then you can use the arrows and just adjust it to the right spot. Okay, so now we need to adjust this transparency. Okay, see, that looks like a very nice mock-up. Okay, so then the next one, let's do also like a white print. Let's see what I've got in my uploads here. Let's see this. Okay, oh, this is not exactly the right print for this, but just so you can see the white. Okay, so here we've got white on a black shirt. So again, we want to make sure we're within an A4 area, because that's going to give the best, it's going to be cheaper for you and cheaper for the client that is purchasing it. So the bigger the print, the more expensive it is for us to print. So let's see. Here, I won't make this like this big. That just looks a bit, obviously it's too wide. This is also a bit awkward like that. So, and too low, but even here, this is gonna be too high. See, if you're like this, This bowling pin is above the line of the collar. So again, we cannot print there. If you look on our PDF, we give examples on what an A4 size is and where the print should be. So it's always below that collar. And this one is also, you know, it's way too big. Let's just make it more classic, not so crazy big, a good size. Okay, so again, we need to reduce the transparency. So we go up to these little blocks, transparency, and I'm going to take it down to about 90. Okay, so that looks more realistic of how the print will be. Okay, so these are the men's shirts. We can go back to the OTC Shop site where you get the artists and sellers, and then we can look at other different things that you can mock up. We've got ladies t-shirts, a ladies cut t-shirt. We have hoodies and sweatshirts, which is a unisex cut. We are going to add some more unisex options here that gives you a lady model instead of just a men. So that will be up soon. Onesie mock-ups, so natural tote bags, kids t-shirt mock-ups, ladies razorback mock-ups, hats, mugs. So let's go ahead and do some mugs because that's also a really popular item. So I'm going to just download that. And then come back to my Canva. And I'm going to create another design for my mugs. And I'm going to do the 2000 by 2000 pixels. So here I still have my tab open for the men. And then you want to just name it. Let's see, where can I name it at? Or you can go File. And then here we can just name it men's t-shirt mock-ups. And then when you want to go to download it, you can go to share and then download. And then it says all 3 pages. Well, no, because you can do it like this and then rename them. But so let's just say I just want to download this first khaki shirt or stone color shirt. And then I'll download and press done. I just want to download that one page and then I can download. I'm not going to download it now. But anyway, so then you have that and then you can go back into your downloads and rename it to whatever you need to keep everything on file for yourself. Okay, so let's go back to the other tab and upload some mugs. Okay, so in the mugs mockups, we have an option for a left hand 11-ounce mug, a left hand 15-ounce mug, left hand enamel mug, enamel metal mug, and then the right hand option. So that just means if you're holding that mug in your left hand, the image will be on the front facing you. If you're holding the mug on the right hand, if most people are right-handed, then that image will be on facing you. So you can decide which ones you want to do. I'm going to do just the right hand mugs because that's the general one. You can give an option for 11-ounce mug, left hand or right hand, but it just might confuse your client. So maybe just do 11-ounce mug, white. And then that's what they will select when you go for your variants. Okay, so let's open there. It's going to go into my downloads. I've got my file image size 2000 by 2000 pixels. And then I'm going to just click here. And here I want to also see how it gives you this block around. I'm going to take it to the top and to the bottom and make sure it's centered. So that's just about how wide you or how big you want your image, your mug to be. So when that file gets placed on the image or on the file size, so let's do this 15-ounce one. So just drag it to the top and drag it to the bottom. So I did one side and then I did the other side, and then you can just center it how you'd like. And then you're gonna place your image here. So one more time, I'm gonna add a page and get this third mug on here and drag it up, drag it down, and there we go. Okay, so let's add an image. Let's do this one again. So I'm gonna drag it smaller. So the mugs, we can go basically all the way to the top edge or top side and then to the bottom as well. So here I'm going to make it more or less center, just look right. The mock-ups are just for a general idea. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but they need to be in a good space, that they're not overstretched or it looks like, you know, not the image, but not the shirt or the mug that they're actually gonna receive. So here I'm also gonna just take it down a little bit. We do sublimation on the mug, so it does stay quite vibrant because it is a white mug. So you don't actually have to take the transparency down to 90. You can maybe do 95 or 90, but either way, it still looks very nice. So I'm gonna just move this way a little bit. Okay. So there's that, very simple. And then let's just take this one. So this one is a landscape image. I'm not going to take it to the top here. I like the print to be more, not completely centered, yeah, but just upper center, more or less about there. But you can see where you like it, and then you can dab it. So, and again, with the mugs, you don't want it obviously off the side. Oops, I do there. Okay, just undo and undo if you need to. And, or you can make it a bit smaller. So that's the same thing with this mug. Okay, let's go ahead, and I can probably leave this one's transparency like that, but I'm just gonna reduce it a little bit, let's say 95. Okay. So the thing with Canva, if you don't have I'm not using the Pro variation here. If you don't use the Pro variation, when you go to make, let's just say we do just the print. Okay, so let's say I designed this in Canva. Okay, and now when I go to download it, it will have this white background on here. But the print file that we use cannot have a background. So if you download it if you don't have the Pro variation, that's fine. Download it, and then you can Google remove the background. And you can find some websites that you can upload this image with this white background, and it can remove that white background for me. And then that's the file you'll send us. So that's a little way of getting around it. Okay, getting around not having to purchase the monthly cost for Canva. Okay, but these ones, they're gonna have that white background, which is exactly what we need for mock-ups. And yeah, so that's all good for that one. Now, another trick you can do, so if we go back to the t-shirts, they have elements, frames, I think it's a frame size. Yeah, so if you go to a frame, like say a square, and then let's make it A4. So I can more or less keep it like this. And again, I don't want it up on the collar. Okay, this is more or less A3 right here, this image. So I'm going to take it to A4. And obviously some of your images will be longer than wider and etc. So let's make this more A4. It's probably like that, more or less. Okay, and then actually I just want to move this, and then we've got the A4 image here, the A4 frame. So then I'm just going to dab it to the right spot. I can go back to my print file and drag it onto that frame. And now it will place my print file within that area. And then from there, you know, okay, that's good A4 size. I'm gonna just lift it up a little bit. So sometimes there's maybe cropping at the top that isn't perfect, so then you can adjust it. And then again, you'll have to go to transparency and reduce it to about 85 or 90. You can just see what your image looks like. Okay, so again, if I delete that, then I've got this frame. So again, here how we got there. Elements, and I haven't recently used it. I have recently used this frame, but where you would find it is you can go up to frame, and then you click on any size of frame that you would like, and then you just position it where you want to. Okay, so let's do an A4 frame on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna take it, or sorry, A3 frame on this one. So A3 will basically just be this, well no, because it can be wider, so. Okay, so I'm gonna just center this a little bit and a bit down. Okay, let's go to my uploads and find a image, okay, like this. Oops, we're gonna click on it, press on it, and then I'm gonna drag it over into that frame. Okay, so that's more or less like an A3 size. Okay. So the frame is a great option, and then you can just drag and drop, you know, drag and drop it in, and then you'll see. Do I want all my stuff to be A4, A3, or you can just, you know, imagine that piece of paper on your chest. So if you place a piece of paper on your own chest, where does the sides end? Okay, so that's basically how you can make mock-ups really easy in Canva. You just download them from our website, and then you can come back and upload them into your Canva. You can keep it there, and then when you're ready to save it, you can just go File and then Save Mug Mockups. And then when you want to download it, you can just select which pages you want to download. Make sure it's if you have the free variation, you can't change the size of the image. So make sure when you set it up, you've got the 2000 by 2000 pixels. And then you can select which pages you want to download at that moment. So I'm going to unclick that one, and then I just want to download that. And then I can say download. Okay, so if there's any other questions, you guys can let us know in the comments and we'll get back to you. But yeah, this is a very easy way to do it. You can also use that frame on the mugs. Put the frame there, take it down, make it the size, the max size. Gonna get rid of this, move this up here. Okay, a little over, a little down, more or less. Go to our uploads, same thing, you're gonna pull and drop it in that frame. And then there we go, mock-ups already done. So then I just have to change that transparency, don't forget about that. Okay, so again, you can just delete that and put the next one in, and then download and etc. So good luck with all the mock-ups. Make sure they look pretty much like something that you're actually going to receive. The print is not too high or too low or too expanded wide or whatnot, and it looks exactly like the print file. So you use the print file that you give us to download to print. That is the only file you should use on your mock-ups. And again, when you do t-shirts and you're going to do a front and back mock-up for your t-shirts, that you put the file name, say our example is Spartan-men's t-shirt, and then in parentheses we put CR print, or CR art. And then at the end of that, I would put F and B, like an F and then an and sign, B. That's front and back. So then our printers know that there is a front and a back on the print. Okay, so let us know any other questions. If we can do another little tutorial for you, we'll make it happen.